above the door, but it says Hinc Omnia, so it is in Latin and it means hence all, everything from here. So I'm going to enter the library for a bit. Actually, again, Marek Budzyński said that the space of the world is like an Euclidean one, formed on three mutually perpendicular axes defining relationships. The first one connects the temple of knowledge with everyday life. So we are now in the everyday life, but are going to enter the temple of knowledge for a very briefly, just to have a look at the... Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
No i co? Działa? Działa, okay. Okay. So you can see, so we are entering the temple of knowledge. You can see a colonnade. Okay, I'll show you the philosophers on top of the colonnade when I enter it. We're entering the library. I just wanted to show you on top there are 4 Polish philosophers. Again, this kind of end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. And on the columns you can see texts from their works. I'm not going to read them. And you can see the library is organized as an open space, but with some individual workstations. Apparently there are 3 million volumes in the library. And there are 2 reading rooms. There is also a reading room for people who want to bring their children. Books. Victoria, yeah, I had no idea I'm in this library. Thank you so much. Okay, glad. I'm Marek Budzyński, the final one. The first one connects the temple of the knowledge with everyday life. Leads from the street through the stairs and the colonnade of philosophers to the information hall and then to the main reading room. The second axis, perpendicular to the first one, determines the relationship with nature, with the surrounding garden climbing up the building and covering the space of the library. You can see slightly, I'm not going to climb these stairs because we still have other stairs ahead of us. And at the intersection of the first 2 axes passes the third one, vertical, symbolically determining so this must be this one, from the bottom to the roof, determining the relationship of culture and the universe. This is the axis of ideas, faith, and transcendental matters. Okay, so I'm leaving the Temple of Knowledge building and off to the gardens. There is a lower garden and upper garden. Apparently 700,000 people visit the library every year. Dziękuję. Which makes 2,000 people a day. As you can see, to enter the library, I need a card, but anyone can get a card. You pay 20 zlotys, which is around, I don't know, like £4, $4, €4 per year, and you can enter the library, use the library volumes. However, because I didn't study at Warsaw University, I can only use their books on the premises. I cannot borrow them. But I like coming here from time to time to read their newspapers, magazines from across Poland and the world. Should probably come more often. Okay, now we are leaving the university library. Let me show you the facade that Budzyński talked about. Oh, we are too close probably. I'll show you when we are a bit further. Okay, and these are the facades. Yeah, patterned copper with some vines climbing up. And here in the lower garden you can see sculptures by Ryszard Stryjecki. They are about cosmology, I suppose is the word. The garden itself, the lower one and the upper one. The lower one was opened in the year 2000, so a few months after the library was opened. Yeah, I'll wait for them to take a photo. Okay. Oh, here is a nice postcard moment, maybe. Scott, I have been in hundreds of libraries in my career, and this one is really original. Quite relatively new. And yeah, there is some. I wanted to bring those comments, those quotes from the main architect, because when you understand what he had in mind, you kind of see more, I think. Okay, but this upper garden was made in 2002. So this year we're celebrating 20th anniversary of the. It was designed, created by landscape architect Irena Bajerska. I have a personal story with Irena, and I'll tell you when we climb up, because I can feel the stairs. Now enjoy the view. Can we get a picture of the main facade? Okay. The main facade, you mean the cultural one? That would be solar panels. No. And the parts are labeled by colors by colors, and basically the designer, the architect, she planted plants, shrubs here that would reflect the color. So obviously here you can see yellow, but the part is called gold, golden part of the roof. I want to show you a view. Yes, that's the river, Vistula River, and you can see. Let me zoom in. Okay, my watch is telling me we are kind of. Praga is the other part of the river. Praga to floods, the river, and the old town, the castle. The castle, as you can see over here, just before this tour, I was in the castle. I'm doing a course. You can see the lower garden here. Lower garden. When will you do the castle tour, please? There was a question about this upper garden. The question was, who was the architect? And I thought it was Marek Budzyński. Yeah, I know, embarrassing. Whereas in fact it was Irena Bajerska. So now every time I have an opportunity, I talk about garden. We have already autumn here, so not much blue. Not much blue at this point. Okay, library. You can see light from the top of from the roof, and you can see the four philosophers. You can see I can see some students. Can you see some students studying? Right. Okay, moving on. So yeah, they close it for October because I suppose for security reasons, in case there is a lot of snow, frost. At the end of the day, we are on the roof, and so there is a lot of people are allowed only to walk on the paths here, because the other paths, as you can see, this is probably the watering system. We are in the pink part. Let me show the pink. Here is the pink. Some roses.